Welcome to Rustic Studio. As you move through the space, notice how texture becomes the grammar of the room. The wide plank floors are rubbed warm with years of bare feet and scuffed chair legs. A faded Kilim rug lies beneath the sofa, its pattern whispering color without shouting. A hand-woven throw, chunky, looped, and slightly imperfect, drapes the arm of a wingback chair, ready to be pulled over knees during an afternoon read. Metallic accents are modest and time-worn. An iron candlestick on the mantel, a brass key suspended on a nail by the door, a battered copper tray on the sideboard. These materials catch light in small, pleasing ways, adding depth and story without demanding attention. Lighting in this farmhouse living room is layered to encourage slow evenings. Replace harsh ceiling fixtures with pockets of softer illumination. A pair of table lamps on mismatched nightstands, a low-hung pendant over the reading nook, and clusters of tapered candles on the coffee table for a flickering, intimate glow. In one corner, a string of warm LED bulbs is tucked under a shelf, creating a starry ribbon that softens the shadows and makes the room feel like it breathes. The goal is to build an atmosphere where conversation settles and the eyes can rest, lighting that reveals texture and beckons you toward a chair. Practical storage doubles as decoration here. An old pine trunk at the foot of the sofa holds blankets and game boxes. Its scuffed surface a record of comings and goings. Open shelving on the far wall displays an arranged collection of plates, mason jars filled with dried beans, and a few ceramics from local makers. Each item has both beauty and use. Woven baskets in varying sizes corral magazines, throw pillows, and a dog's favorite toys, so the room remains tidy while retaining its lived-in warmth. These choices show that farmhouse style is less about minimalism and more about intentional, honest utility. Natural elements bring the outdoors in and root the space in season. A large rugged planter holds a hardy fiddle leaf fig or an olive tree, its leaves catching morning light. Shallow bowls of pine cones or river stones scatter across surfaces, and a simple wooden ladder leans against a wall as a blanket rack, its rungs heavy with quilts and scarves. For autumnal charm, a woven tray on the coffee table carries a small stack of short novels, a beeswax candle, and a bowl of dried orange slices and cinnamon sticks, an arrangement that looks as if someone is about to make spice cider. These forage details are quiet but evocative, tethering interior comfort to the changing world outside. Color in a farmhouse living room should feel like a slow exhale. muted, warm, and gathered from the landscape. Use a base of creamy whites and warm grays, then introduce accents in moss green, terracotta, and deep navy, sparingly. So each richer tone reads like a punctuation rather than a headline. A pair of throw pillows in faded plaid or a handmade cushion in russet pulls the eye without overwhelming the room. Keep fabrics natural and breathable, linen, wool, cotton, so surfaces age gracefully and encourage touch. Furnishings should favor substance over novelty. Choose sofas and chairs with generous proportions that invite sinking in, and pair them with smaller accent pieces that tell a story. A thrifted pie safe repurposed as a media console, a salvage farmhouse table serving as a lampstand, or an old school chair reupholstered in a neutral ticking stripe. Each piece should feel like it has a life beyond a season. Durable materials and classic lines ensure that your investments continue to serve and charm for years. The hearth becomes the room's heart when possible. If you have a fireplace, keep the mantle uncluttered. A hand-thrown vase, a simple mirror in a worn frame, and a couple of tapered candles. Stack a small pile of logs in a nearby woven basket, and keep a brass tool set handy. Functional items that also read as decor. Even without a working fireplace, create a focal point. A gallery of framed botanical prints, a large woven wall hanging, or a cluster of shelves filled with found objects can anchor the space and gather attention. Sound and scent are subtle but powerful layers. A curated playlist of acoustic folk or mellow jazz hums in the background, supporting conversation without competing. Diffuse scents that echo the season: cedar, orange peel, clove, or simmer a pot of apple slices, cinnamon sticks, and vanilla for an hour. The scent should be steady and not sharp, like a memory rather than an announcement. Even the small mechanical noises, the click of a record, the warm whir of an old fan, can make the room feel inhabited and comfortable. Personal touches stop the room from feeling like a catalog. Arrange a small shelf of objects that belong to you. A stack of postcards tied with twine, a child's clay bowl, a handwritten recipe in a simple frame. Display photographs in mismatched frames, rotated seasonally so the room evolves as you do. These items need not be expensive. Their worth lies in the narratives they carry and the way they invite family and visitors to share in your life. Create zones within the living room to support different rhythms. A reading nook with a wingback chair and a floor lamp invites solitary afternoons, while the sofa and coffee table form the social center for games and tea. A small console by the door becomes a drop-off point for keys and bags, with a shallow tray for loose change and a crocheted basket for scarves. These micro areas encourage movement and purpose, making the room versatile and welcoming. Finally, let the decor evolve with small, seasonal rituals. Each autumn, swap in heavier throws, change pillow covers to richer tones, and add a cluster of pumpkins or a wreath of dried berries by the front window. A simple ritual, lighting a cluster of candles and brewing a pot of tea on Sunday afternoons, can become the domestic rhythm that turns a pretty room into a remembered home.